Hello, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing if you have subscribed, and if you haven't subscribed, if you wouldn't mind subscribing, that would be great, because that just helps YouTube promote us a little bit more and makes us think we're doing really well. Okay, so today's little video is in response to James from Caravan Escapades. He's nominated us for his, I might need to look at my notes now, which are just over there. So what do I do when I'm not caravanning? Thank you very much, James from Caravan Escapades, for nominating us. Hasn't he got a great job tinkering with trains all day? Brilliant. Okay, so yeah, quite an interesting little collaboration or challenge thing this is, because I guess we're all a bit nosy, aren't we? We all want to know what other people get up to in their spare time. So as far as we're concerned then, or as far as I'm concerned, just in summary, I'll go into these in a little bit more detail in a moment, but there's pretty much three things. I'm a part-time driving instructor. I also run a music magazine that's online called Music in Leicester. And I also do a radio show as well, which basically promotes local musicians. So back to the first one, driving instructing. I've been driving instructing probably for about 6 years now. I was a software developer before that, for about 30 odd years, pretty much my whole of my working life. I've been a software developer, which I've really enjoyed. But then I decided I wanted to slow things down a bit and maybe do a bit more holidays, spend a bit more time with the missus and the dog and stuff. So I decided to retrain, probably about 10 years ago now. I retrained as a driving instructor, because the good thing about driving instructor is you can sort of you can reduce the number of hours you want to do, or you can ramp it up. It's your own choice. It's quite easy to get pupils, so if you want to do more work, then that's quite easy to do. If you want to do less work, then that's fine. So what I've done is I'm currently working about 10 hours a week driving instructing. So that's probably, I tend to do it pretty much most days, but usually it's just 1 or 2 lessons a day. And that's the only thing that I get paid for. All the other bits are voluntary. So yeah, I quite enjoy me driving instructing, but then when I get home, I usually spend a little bit of time doing my Music in Leicester stuff. So that's where I run the website. I publish other people's reviews. They submit their reviews, I publish them. I'm also the main photographer at Music in Leicester, which I really enjoy, because that gets me out to a lot of gigs. I usually go about once a week, once every other week to gigs and take photographs. It's really good social thing, and the music's great. I just love to do my bit to help promote the local music scene, really. And also it gets me into some great gigs. Like, I'll just show you a clip here of me at one of the big local music festivals. This is Glastonbury, a few years ago, when I was...
All my quality people here tonight! All my Glastonbury people here tonight! Everybody back! It's time to walk closer! This time round!
So yeah, that was pretty awesome. That's one of the things I really like about this music scene stuff. It's helping the bands out, but it also gets me to great gigs like that as well, which is absolutely fantastic. So yeah, that's all good, and I love doing my photography as well. That's really good. And the other thing is my radio show. As part of Music in Leicester, I do a weekly local music radio show where I get local musicians on, interview them and play their latest songs, find out a bit about them and their music, and again try and get people down to gigs and things. So those are the main things I like to do during when I'm not caravanning. Oh, and the other thing is, most afternoons I usually take Eric, the Whippet. I usually go for a nice 1 or 2 hour walk with him. We like to walk through the countryside just next to Leicester. There's some nice countryside around here. Often taking a pub or two, well, not two, usually one pub. But yeah, that's what I do most days, because usually in the afternoons I've not got any lessons, so I'm usually walking my dog, and I've usually finished my other voluntary bits by then as well. Here's Music in Leicester on my laptop. So this is the home page. That's just a single review that we've just published today, and there's our gig reviews underneath with mostly my photographs, previews, gig reviews. And the main thing that I really like is this little chappy here on the right. That's a gig, that's a diary of all the gigs coming up here in Leicester. It's the only one of its kind. There's no other diary that's as comprehensive as ours at Music in Leicester. Because of my software development background, I managed to just write a little bit of code which does all that, collects all the information from around the internet and puts it in a handy little diary so people can see all the gigs coming up. So there we go, that's Music in Leicester. Also, when I do my radio shows, I also turn them into little podcasts as well, which I put on my other YouTube channel, Kev Bobster. So, and here's that as well. Here's my old podcasts. There's one I just clicked on. This is the latest one. Let's turn the volume up. Hello and welcome. That's me. It's live, local and loud with me, Kevin Gorn. Don't think you hear that. On this week's show, I'm going to be chatting to Dave from old stalwarts of the local music scene, The Phase. And we'll also be playing the latest homegrown music by local bands right here on Live, Local and Loud. Also, what I like to do is integrate both my Music in Leicester and my radio show in with the caravanning. So that's why it's important that I have a good 4G signal. So when I'm in the caravan holidaying somewhere, I can do a little bit of Music in Leicester stuff, just publish. If one of our volunteers has sent in a review, I can publish that quickly. Also, my radio show needs to continue even when I'm on holiday, so I could still do it from the caravan. It's all pre-recorded, so I can just record it from the caravan and then put it on their website, on the radio station's website. So yeah, good stuff. So that's how I'm hoping it's all going to integrate it. I've done it a bit in the caravan and it's looking good as long as I take the laptop with me.
What are you going for, really?
Excellent. And it's guesting, somebody put the special, isn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm glad you mentioned that. Can't believe I forgot to mention it. Yeah, he's got our good friend Paul Mahon from the Amstar is on the track. There's a big outro guitar duel.
Okay, well, brilliant. So I hope you found this a bit interesting-ish. So what we're going to do now is we're going to nominate our favourite, well, some of the YouTube channels we've been watching recently. I forget how many we're supposed to nominate. I don't know, I think we're going to nominate 5 or so. I'll just have to look at my notes because they're written down there. So we're going to nominate, oh yeah, Tanks on Tour. They do some great stuff there. Yep, and really good, informative and interesting stuff. And we're going to nominate, oh yeah, the Frenchies, like I said earlier. I was watching them last night, I've been watching them a little bit. I like their stuff, which is really quite entertaining as well. All these people, I suppose, I sort of see a lot of myself in them, you know, like cycling off to the chip shop and all the rest of that. So that's why I like them. And Coffeevaners, thinking about going off, or they did go off grid recently, so that was great. Having a dilemma as to whether or not to get an inverter. And Itchy Feet Caravanners, we love them, it's great stuff, again all entertaining vlogs, which is brilliant. And finally the Caravan Addies, which is also quite entertaining. I was watching them last night. You'll have to forgive me, I don't remember specifics because my memory's dreadful, but yeah, so we find them all very interesting, entertaining to see what they get up to on their little trips and see their site reviews and all the rest of that. That's who we'd like to nominate. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next vlog. Bye.